There are several pivotal moments that we'll cover today, so without further ado, let's get started. At this point in the week, our engineers are better used focusing on research, so we're going to reassign them from the medical posts to the available workshops. The medical infrastructure that we've built out so far will be needed soon, as today is the last day it will be this warm. At 7 AM, we assign our depot to store raw food and bring our sawmill online. We also staff the newly built hangar to increase our raw food generation. As the people get to work, we consolidate our medical post to the cluster and remove the extra one, as we don't have enough engineers for it. Later in the scenario, you'll have other opportunities to get more engineers as you explore the wasteland. A few hours later, we start looking for other spaces to build more hangars and do some path improvements around the coal and steel areas. We also remove the extra steam hub now that we have one near the new steelworks. This is a tough choice to make. Having 4 workers in the long run was a fair trade for temporary discontent, and we have the medical facilities to handle them. As they receive treatment, we're going to expand on our storage capacity as our coal and wood continue to increase. Shortly afterward, we enact shrines to give a boost to our economy. We'll use our remaining steel to build them around the city.
A new law has passed.
By the way, don't forget to remove sick people from duty so that they can get treatment. The first shrines we place cover the coal and steel facilities. Throughout the day, we're going to build shrines to cover all possible industries. The usage of all the steel will be well worth the productivity increases they provide throughout the duration of the scenario. Don't forget to continue using the gathering post strategy to clear all the ruins in the city. If you've been doing this steadily, there's a good chance that you are probably done by now. For now, we build another one to cover the ruins nearby. While we're waiting for more steel, several things happen at once. We grab a hope boost with double rations for the kiddies, send our scouts toward the abandoned trailer, and start researching our depot storage expansion upgrade. Unlocking the factory is going to be really important, as having nearly 40 people that we can put back to work will be crucial once we enact the prosthetics law. At 1 PM, we assign one of our new depots to store coal, and we make the key pivot from the coal mine to the iron deposit. Our coal production is healthy enough to do this now, and we're in a race against time to bring in all the steel that we can get. In the meantime, we staff the newly finished gathering post, set the other depot to store coal, remove another gathering post, and make room for another one to cover another patch of ruins. Don't be afraid to make room for these tasks. You can afford to make time for these adjustments at this difficulty. As you can see, we had to remove 2 tents and may need to take the medical post down as well. We also start trying to save a child in an unfortunate accident for another small hope boost. And we also receive yet another hope boost for completing 3 shrines. We are right at the edge of completing the first phase of this scenario. At this point, we have plenty of steel, and we can afford to continue adding more around the city. At 5 PM, our depot storage expansion research is done, but we'll continue to focus on putting down more shrines. We'll place another one at our cluster of workshops. Another gathering post down, and we start researching the difference engine as we want to start pushing to the 4th tier resource generation upgrades as fast as possible.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
We're at the end of the workday, and our hunters depart for the night. Don't forget to reassign people who recover from sickness. At 8 PM, our scouts pick up some food from the freshwater springs and head towards the frozen pond. while the other team reaches the abandoned trailer for a risky venture. The second option is ideal with over twice the steel and an extra core. By the way, the outcome of this site can be save scrubbed, just like in the bear caves with the main story scenario. We roll the dice on this one and fortunately we succeed. The scouts continue on towards the stone ship. It's time to start preparing for the sharp temperature drop tomorrow, so we increase the generators to steam level 2. As you can see in the heat map of the city, there's no chance of sickness tonight. At 9:30 PM, we add a shrine to our medical post cluster. We also placed one in our coal thumper complex and near the wall drill. As you can see by now, it pays to group your industry buildings to minimize the number of shrines needed for coverage. Sadly, the child trapped in the machine didn't make it. There might be a chance this is also a save scrub point. Let me know in the comments if you've ever tested this out by replaying the day to get a different outcome. At 10 PM, a sermon in the House of Prayer pushes our hope over the halfway mark and completes the first phase of this scenario by unlocking the repair station for research. Meanwhile, our outpost is established at the iron deposit, securing us 200 steel daily for the rest of the scenario. At this point, we take a moment to look around the city and extend a few paths towards the future evacuation site, as well as a few in the back areas to add several more tents. We'll get to this research soon. For now, we've still got a few more things to do before then. The reason that we have another area for housing is to give us some extra space in case we need to relocate people for any reason. It pays to plan ahead if you're on your first playthrough of a scenario. At 1 in the morning, we take stock of the progress made in the city and observe that we have a healthy surplus in food generation. We need to start stocking up on resources now that the first phase is completed. Enacting evening prayers reduces the discontent in the city down to almost nothing. Keep in mind that it's a good thing to maximize coverage of the houses of prayer for the highest impact. We're slowly moving our population for efficient heat coverage, as can be seen in the heat map. We'll continue to place more tents in these areas. At 4 AM, our scouts reach the frozen pond and push on toward the frozen forest. At this point, we push the generator into overdrive in preparation for the pending temperature drop. We also enact care houses so that we can unlock prosthetics next.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
In the meantime, we start building another medical post as there are still 2 more that are outside in the cluster that will need relocating. Things are looking up, but there's still trouble ahead. Not only are temperatures going to drop, we're also going to need to face the truth about the generators sooner rather than later. If you want to see how we start addressing these problems tomorrow, click or tap the link to the right. I'd also appreciate it if you drop a like if this series is helping you. This is Fat Beats, signing out.